So if you guys have been here for a while, then you would know how I feel about this piece of shit. This guy will find people in what he considers the worst situations possible and over-exaggerate what they're going through in order to trick you into thinking he's an investigator. This guy's about as much of an investigator as someone trying to find out where they lost their vape at. Showing us homeless people smoking meth or just making your thumbnail something like 3 black guys holding a cop hostage has literally nothing to do with what you're investigating. Even when it's something as simple as a video about obese people, he has to get one of those fat sisters and use them for the thumbnail, even using a McDonald's when the only time he goes to one is to plug his Raid Shadow Legends sponsor.
Just to show you how dangerously quick fast food is, I want to see if I can get my fast food order before I share with you this video's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Hello, can I get 1 McDouble please? That'll be it. I got my order in almost 1 minute. Ridiculously fast and way too convenient, thus leading to a nation full of obese people.
How in the fuck is ordering a single McDouble supposed to show you how they're way too convenient? He didn't even order a drink or fries. He didn't even ask for ketchup. He's acting like someone who's fucking obese is going to order 1 cheeseburger. This was done solely for the fact that he needed to shout out his sponsor and not to show us how convenient McDonald's is, which is already common knowledge, but he's still like, you see guys, this is what's making people fucking huge. It's not the low price that's driving people in, it's the fact that they can get a single cheeseburger in under a minute. These people are getting their food way too quick. I would call this, if I dare, quick food. And that's what all his videos are like. He will do the bare minimum in whatever city he goes to, slap a donation link in the bio, but then edit everything to make it seem like it's 1,000 times worse than it actually is. That's not to say he doesn't go to some pretty dangerous places, but when he does, he is quick to make an excuse to leave. A personal favorite moment of mine is when he was on Skid Row talking to these homeless people when all of a sudden he's like, sorry, we gotta go. We saw some people with guns drive by with AR-15s hanging out the window.
Saw some guns.
Oh, no.
ARs in the back of the car. We saw AR-15s. We're gonna walk out, guys. Thank you so much for talking. Stay safe, okay?
You're not in a movie. Gang members don't hang out their window with assault rifles as they're driving down a public street. This isn't fucking Haiti, alright? Which coincidentally has been taken over by some dude named Barbecue. That's a 1 trillion view video idea. You're what? Thank me later. Or don't. Fuck you. But for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what happens when Tyler, the exploit king, tries to call out someone for doing exactly what he does. So about a week ago, Tyler uploaded this video called I Investigated the Poorest Region in America. And in classic Tyler-like fashion, he starts asking the locals condescending questions like, what's the best thing to do around here? Like he didn't go to the poorest region in America. He asked those kinds of questions on the off chance someone tells him something so fucking stupid that only that person would like to do, and then make it a whole point to emphasize that.
What is the best part about Weston? The lunatic asylum? Yeah.
But the part of this video we're going to focus on is the end. And no, that's not a joke. Towards the end, he goes to visit the Whitaker family. Now, you might recognize that name from this video uploaded 3 years ago by Mark of Soft White Underbelly, where he talks to the family, most notably the guy who communicates through barks.
So you grew up here in Odd, West Virginia, your whole life. And your family, you lost your brother since I was here last.
And ever since then, he has made numerous videos on them, asking people to donate in the hopes that he can get them into a new house. Knowing only this, even being politely told to fuck off when asked if he could meet the family, Tyler decides to talk shit about Mark, who owns Soft White Underbelly, even acting like what he's doing is a step up because Tyler can do no wrong. Tyler doesn't exploit people. He only talks about them once, and then thinks when they see a thumbnail like this, their first thought is, hey, let me go help that inbred family he mentioned in the end of his other video by clicking on the link in the bio of this video that had nothing to do with the last video. It all makes sense if you're Tyler, it makes sense.
A couple years ago, I saw this video on YouTube titled Inbred Family, The Whitakers, where this guy, Mark Laida, records his interaction with a family suffering a long history of inbreeding. Intrigued, I reached out to Mark Laida to see if he could introduce me to them, and he responded with this. Hi Tyler, Soft White Underbelly has an exclusive contract with the Whitaker family for all content creation. We are also currently in talks about a television series with a broadcast network. Thank you so much for thinking of us. Now, assuming this contract even exists, it immediately raises a red flag when you consider that Mark has made 13 videos with the Whitakers with a combined total of 89.13 million views. In every one of these videos, Mark currently has a GoFundMe link with the mission to help the Whitaker family purchase a new home, with a minimum of $77K raised directly for the house, in addition to however much was sent to Mark directly via Cash App and PayPal, and however much money generated from, let's say, just the first first video he made with the Whitakers, an extremely conservative estimate of $82,000, assuming a $2 RPM, we have a minimum of $159,000 in the home fund here. And there just so happens to be a house for sale right now in Odd, West Virginia, where they live, currently listed for $139,000. So why don't they have a new house?
Yeah, guys, why don't they have a luxury apartment in the sky? I mean, I did the math, and my number was higher than the one they needed, so do you guys want to tell me what the problem is, or do I have to get barked at? Now, let's just say they were able to raise that $160,000. By the looks of their house that they're currently in, do you think they would be able to maintain an even bigger house? He's acting like if they were to get a new place, the years of inbreeding this family has been through is just going to disappear. That's not how it works. And unless you're buying that home fully furnished, they're gonna want to take their shit with them. And let's just say, best case scenario, you buy them all new furniture. That brings us back to, do you really think that they can take care of it and not have their furniture look like it was meant to be for outdoor use? I think at first it seemed like a new house was a priority, but as Mark's making these videos, he's like, let's just get this people any help they can get. A house is on the list, but let's just get these guys some fucking food and see how they react to that. Because taking these people into a new house is like if you were to defrost a caveman and ask them to play Xbox. He might take a shit on that Xbox if you don't teach him not to. But despite all of this, Tyler is dead set on exposing Mark for keeping the money and or just not using the money on the family. So he goes to the main family member, Betty, and asks her about the house and the GoFundMe. Now mind you, this is a person who most likely didn't graduate fucking middle school, and Tyler's taking what she says at face value.
What else? How's the house coming along?
What house?
I
don't know what house. We have to Mark about the house.
What did Mark say about the house? Paige wants to get an update.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think he's...
Mark told we ain't got no more money in there. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, he always told us.
From my understanding, there's like, I don't know, $50,000 or $60,000 in there? Has Mark given you guys an update?
No.
Okay. When's the last time you guys have talked to Mark?
I talked to Mark the other day.
The other day? Okay.
Now, it's obvious she didn't fully understand what the fuck he was asking. There was even a YouTube short I found about this exact clip, and someone says, if you rewatch Tyler's videos and pay attention, you'll see that Betty was confused. She's not exactly mentally fit, and I'm sure someone is taking advantage of them. Someone even replied to that one saying, I think that's exactly what happened with Tyler. She didn't really understand a lot of the phone conversations she had with Mark. She had no idea who Tyler is. Which honestly is way more likely to have happened. Tyler spends a whopping 50 seconds with them asking them about the house, and then, like I said, emphasizes that small part to make it seem like that's what he was really focused on, when really he just wanted to be like, look, I gave these guys food on camera while making Mark look like a piece of shit. He even ends the video with one more passive-aggressive remark to try and make Mark seem like he's in the wrong.
I started a GoFundMe linked in this video's description and donated $10,000 of my own money. If you feel moved by these innocent souls and want to help them live their elderly years in peace, feel free to donate below. And Mark, if you have any honor, let's combine whatever my viewers and I raise, your two GoFundMes, and let's get the Whitakers a new house for real.
Yeah, Mark, if you have any dignity left in your pathetic body, then you would combine your $160,000 with my $10,000, and we'd get them a new house, and we'd go 50-50 on it. You know what I mean? You see why I hate this guy though? He will call out someone with little to no information to back up his claims and then act like they're supposed to drop everything and do what he says. How about you stop bitching about other people and use the $18K you already raised and buy them a house yourself if you think it's that easy? If you were a real investigator, you would have seen that on the same page you saw that house for $139K, there's a house for $25,000 that's 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, versus the one you found is 3 bedrooms with 1 bath. And if my calculations are correct, with the money you made off your video, plus the $18K you already have, you have more than enough to buy them a house yourself. Tyler's channel also brings in way more money than Soft White Underbelly. If Tyler really wanted to make this just about the family, he would have taken things into his own hands if he really thought they were getting scammed. But all he's doing is like, look, I made a GoFundMe too, so that the people who only see his video would be like, wow, he's such a great guy, not knowing the other half of the situation. But after hearing about this, Mark of Soft White Underbelly was like, this guy couldn't investigate a suicide if the guy had the gun and the note in his hand, and made his own response video to Tyler's claims.
This GoFundMe that I've had for years, since I've been interviewing the family, has generated a lot of money for the family. It was always designed to help them with their living expenses, and then like end of last year we changed it to we started a new GoFundMe, and I tried to start a new one so it would look like this is how much money we're going to get for the house. And as we accumulated money for that, I was thinking, hey, we're getting closer to our goal. But the problem has been that Betty and Larry will call me every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and say, hey, we need money for a car. Larry wrecked his car. We need a new car. We need food. We need this. We need that. It's always an emergency, and they need money. And it is their money that this money is, all these donations are for the Whitakers. And when they tell me they need money, what am I going to say? No, you can't have it. We're saving it for a house. So I give them the money. Sometimes it's $5,000. Sometimes it's $4,000. Sometimes it's $6,000, or one time it was $14,000. Sometimes it's $3,000 or $2,000. But it adds up. Every few weeks, I'm getting another phone call. We need more money. We need more money. We need more money. And I wire transfer it to Betty. I'll show you a screenshot of my bank account and all the wire transfers that I've sent to Betty. These are all going from my account to Betty Whitaker's account.
So if it wasn't obvious enough, the family has been getting the money and has just not been saving it. These people may be inbreds, but they know when they have money to spend. They might not understand that it doesn't replenish as fast as they're spending it, but Mark shows them that in the course of a year, he has given them over $100,000. Does this look like the family who has spent any of that $100,000 wisely? Mark even mentions that unless they can start saving, there's nothing they can do, because technically it's their money.
Because I've gotten these weekly, not weekly, but every few week calls from Betty or Larry asking for money, the money that's in these accounts gets depleted. It's always happened with them, where it looks, you look at the GoFundMe, it's generating money. All of a sudden there's $55,000. Oh, we're getting closer. No, you're not, because they took out 5 and they took out 6 and they took out 8 and then they took out 14, then they took out 3, and it keeps it low. It's 0 right now. It's been 0 for a few months. Larry and Betty have called me and asked me for money. I've given it to them out of my own personal bank account, not out of their GoFundMe donations, because I like helping the family. But without the ability to stop spending and start saving, we're never going to get close to that house.
Mark then continues to explain how he made up excuses as to why people can't see the Whitakers, basically because he doesn't want YouTuber after YouTuber going to meet them on a daily basis just for the purpose of content. And instead of emailing them to go see the Whitakers, he should have asked to talk to Mark so he could explain the money situation personally and not have some people who have the collective knowledge of a really smart dog make him look like an idiot for not fact-checking anything.
How many requests for the Whitaker contact info did we get back then?
So many. It would have ruined their life if all the people got their
address. So we have to figure out a way to keep everybody from just going to the house and it becoming like a problem for them.
Now, Mark's response is about 20 minutes and basically makes Tyler look like the piece of shit he really is. They didn't want Tyler to meet the family for valid reasons, and he still made it seem like Mark was trying to hide something. Any person who watches this can see that. So, of course, Tyler uploads a rare response video.
Alright, update on the Whitakers and Mark Laida. One day ago, I uploaded a video about West Virginia. In the last 7 minutes of the video, I go to the Whitaker's house, drop off some groceries, and I ask Betty Whitaker what's going on with the house and where is the money. I'm referring to a GoFundMe set up by Mark Laida, where he raised $77,000 from the generous donations of many people watching his videos with the Whitakers, with the intent to buy the Whitakers a new home. The title of the GoFundMe is Help the Whitakers Purchase a New Home. Now, I asked Betty what's going on with the money. She says, Mark says we've run out of money. What house? What do you mean, basically? So I uploaded this to my video and I open-endedly asked Mark, what's going on with the GoFundMe? Where's the money? I did not accuse him of doing anything. I did not call him names. I merely asked the question I myself was curious about, and thousands of other people in Mark's own channel have asked him, and I would imagine that includes many people who have donated to the cause, which is to help buy them a new home.
So first off, you didn't open-endedly ask Mark shit. You literally made it seem like he wasn't giving the Whitakers money, even saying,
Mark, if you have any honor, let's combine whatever my viewers and I raise.
Other than you and that random lady who brought you to the family, anyone who has watched their videos can see that they're being taken care of. It might not be with a new house, but if this family can't even spend $100K in a year without showing any signs of improvement in how they live, they don't really deserve a new house.
Which brings me to my next point. Mark uploads a video to his channel where he says he's transferred over $100,000 worth of his viewers' donations to Betty Whitaker. There is no money left in the accounts, and they would constantly ask for the money, and he would send it to them. There's no money in the GoFundMes left for a house, which was the entire goal of the GoFundMe. My problem with this is, A, He could have just updated the viewers every couple months.
Now my problem with this is that he is actually trying to find something negative to say about Mark giving the Whitakers over $100,000. It doesn't matter if he didn't update us or not, because he had the receipts for anyone who wanted them. It would have been one thing if you exposed him for using the money on himself, but you have a problem because he didn't update you with a video on something you didn't even fucking donate to. He knows how YouTube works. If people were commenting wanting to know what he did with the money, he'd give them an update. But I'm assuming he thought the multiple videos of showing you this family isn't fucking dead yet was more than enough. For the rest of his video, he keeps trying to shift the blame onto Mark for not making an update video, even misinterpreting what he says.
For every video with the Whitakers, hey, we're actually using these to keep the Whitakers alive. When they ask for it, I send it to them. That simple. The goal of getting them this house is not real, nor will it ever materialize.
It was going to happen, you incredible excuse for an investigator. He said it wasn't going to happen after realizing this family couldn't save money, like I mentioned before. Never mind though that Tyler is doing this response video while he is on the fucking toilet, but he literally has no idea what the shit he is talking about. This is the real Tyler trying to explain himself, knowing that the kids who watch him are going to be like, yeah, why didn't he make an update video? I didn't donate anything, but still, why didn't he make an update video for something that I wasn't going to pay attention to unless you brought it up? Again, because Tyler wants to call out Mark for making money off this family, this house is literally within your price range. If you are able to donate $10K like it's fucking nothing, then you can move the Whitakers into a new home yourself if it bothers you that much. And hey, I know you can get at least a couple videos off of that, you piece of shit. As you can see, Tyler has moved back as the front runner for Dirtbag of the Year 2024, but there's still a whole lot of the year left, so we'll see how it goes. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.